I'm Ben Swathgood, Keystone District Sales Manager for Raptor and Carbon Toyhaulers. Today we're going to do a walkthrough here at RV Outlet USA, going over the features and the options that are going to give our toy haulers the difference that you see in the price points. So first we're going to start with Carbon. As you can see here, this Carbon is going to come with a full fiberglass, fully front painted cap. What this will enable you to be able to do is you're going to have that protection on this front cap that you're not going to find in this price point. With it being a full body painted front cap, that's something that we do in-house on all of our fifth wheel front caps. It enables us to control the quality and keep the costs down so it's not turned over to the dealer and then turned over to you. So within this full body front cap, you're going to have 7 layers of protection. What that's going to do is it's going to enable this to withstand the damage that's going to come from bugs, rocks, debris as you're driving this thing up and down the road. Additionally, this front cap is going to be covered under that 3-year structural warranty that comes from Keystone. Now that structural warranty is going to be not only the best in the business, but the way that we take it a step further is we give you guys a breakdown that's in the dealer's hands so that they know what's covered in the warranty, so that you as a consumer additionally know what's covered in the warranty. If you don't know what's covered in the warranty and you ask your dealer and they can't explain that, then there's a problem. So that's the reason why we introduced our 3-year warranty. So that front cap is going to be covered in that. When you get to this area here, there's going to be 3 things that you're going to want to be able to know. First is your Keystone exclusive Hitch Vision. We're the only toy hauler and the only manufacturer that's going to have this Hitch Vision here. What this will enable you to do is now you can hook up to your truck with one person. No more having to have one person in, one person out, telling you to hit left, hit right, back up. You can line this mirror up with the back of the cab or your mirror, and then you can line up your fifth wheel hitch with this pin box and connect super easily. Additionally, you've got these LED lights here. So the specifics with these LED lights is they're engineered to shine down on the bed of the truck. With that being said, now if it's dark or it's dusk and you need to get somewhere in a hurry, you've got some visualization here with your Hitch Vision and some illumination with these LED lights. What will set us apart is most manufacturers, their front cap will be designed differently. They'll have their LED lights here or they'll have them up here. And what that does to you as a consumer is when you turn those docking lights on, now you're shining into the back of the cab versus on the fifth wheel, and now you can't actually see it. So essentially you get frustrated, you turn those off, and then they don't even help. So you still have your cool LED lights here that are going to give you the aggressive toy hauler look, but now you've got something that's going to give you the ability to hook up at night. When you get to the Rota Flex Pin Box, this is going to be something that we put on our Carbons now. This is a new feature that'll rival a lot of the other big luxury toy haulers. So with this, you're now going to control your chucking and get that rotation here, and you've got a 1-inch dampener piece of rubber there that's going to cut down on that vibrations. So by this being able to flex, now you're not getting that torque and that tension when this is connected to the truck, and you're eliminating that disbursement or vibration that's going into the actual camper, which is what over time will give you cabinets that'll come loose, doors that won't close properly. So with this, you're adding longevity and life into your coach. As we stroll around, you can see the undercarriage there. That far right compartment is going to have your 5,500 watt Cummins Onan generator that'll run off of gasoline. This other compartment here is going to be your twin 30-pound LP tanks that'll allow you to be able to do a lot more boondocking if you decide to go that route. When we span across the front of this, this is where you're going to have some features that are going to be a little bit different than Raptor in order to give that price point difference as far as that spread is between the two. So you'll notice you've got one awning over the front here. You'll have the framed windows. You'll have the pass-through storage that is going to give you the ability to take tables, chairs, any kind of gear, coolers and stuff like that with you as we span into there. Tie downs in case you need to strap anything down so that you don't have anything sliding around and down. And then when we come to this door here, so you've got a friction door hinge here. So the reasoning behind this door is to eliminate 2 things that always become warranty nightmares. The first one is going to be that plastic latch here that always wants to snap and break. So we throw this friction door here, which will hold up against heavy winds so that you can actually open up the door 180 degrees, and you're not going to be limited to the second warranty nightmare, which is your gas strut that comes here. So with this friction hinge door, you can now open up the door farther than this and you don't have to worry about a guest or somebody going to lean on this door when they walk in, snap the gas strut, or the gas strut just its life ending a lot sooner than what you would want it to. So that's going to be a feature coupled in with that front cab features that are going to set us apart as a manufacturer. Another thing that we do is our main entry door is going to be 78 inches tall. That is the tallest main entry door in the industry. There is nobody that can touch us in this department, so your head will thank you. When you're out at the dealership and you're walking around, or you're at the campground with your friends, and you'll notice that taller people have to kind of duck when they walk up in there, with any of your Carbon product, you're not going to have to worry about that. We also throw in the big grab handle here, which, as you can see, you can actually grab this before you take your first step. So now you've got the ability to get into your camper. You don't have the small handle that comes here that some manufacturers will put on their lower end units in order to save some costs. So we really try to give you everything that we can as far as a feature benefit thing in order to give you the best toy hauler that there is. Coming around this way, I want to talk about the suspension, the axles, and the tires, because those are going to be some big ticket items when it comes to you as a customer. The first thing I want to start off with is the actual tire. So this tire here is going to be an F-rated 12-ply tire, and then we couple that with a 16-inch rim. Now, with these tires here, you're going to have more than enough weight to be able to hold anything or everything that you would put into this camper per our manufacturer specs. We coupled that with the 7,000-pound Dexter axles. So on this coach, you're going to have two 7,000-pound Dexter axles, and then you're going to have the Lippert Equiflex suspension. So that yellow bracket there is going to show that it's the Lippert Equiflex. And then the benefit is within this here, you're going to have rubber on both sides, which is going to give the ability for that to give left and right and up and down. So again, when we're talking about vibrations and you driving this, whether it's to your local campground, you're driving it on a weekend getaway, or you're taking this thing cross country because you want to take it out and use it what it's for, you're driving on some terrain that's not always going to be flat, we want to give you the opportunity to take this thing wherever you want. So again, as that's driving down the road, it's bumping, it's shaking. Now you've got something that's going to absorb all those vibrations versus going into the frame, into your sidewall, through the rest of the coach, and then shaking things loose. This is going to be an area where we really try to focus on giving you a foundation that's going to be beneficial to the life of the coach. When you're spending this kind of money, when you're working with dealers here and there, we want to make sure that we're giving you the best foot forward that we can. Panning around to this, you've got a new grab handle door here, which will open up, and then again, even though it's the rear door, we still give you that friction hinge solely because we want to be able to mimic the same things that we're doing everywhere so that there's some consistency across the board. So again, no more plastic latch that breaks, and no more strut that wears down or breaks from guests that don't know how to use your camper. As we pan this last end here, you're going to have framed windows, which is going to again cut down the cost and give that price spread a little bit of difference between Raptor and Carbon. And then as we come around to the ramp door, so this is again going to be an area where we really try to focus on giving you, the customer, the best with all of the toys that are out there and their weights. So as we come around, now I want to talk about the ramp door. So what we do with our ramp door again is we want to encompass every type of toy that is out there on the market, whether again it's just a single motorcycle or you're wanting to put in a 4-seat RZR or a side-by-side or anything like that that's going to have a lot of weight. So this ramp door here is just going to be a spring-assisted cargo ramp door, but the benefit is you're going to have a 3,000-pound weight capacity when it's in ramp mode, versus some other competitors that even in the higher price points are using the 2,500. So again, with using that 3,000-pound ramp door, you're not going to be limited to what you want to be able to put into the camper itself or the garage. And then on top of that, when it's in patio mode, you're going to hit that 1,500-pound weight rating. If you scan the top there, this unit here is going to have the option of the patio setup, which will include that awning. And then you can also see your backup camera prep, so it's just plug and play if you get that Furion setup. Coming around this way, you've got a ladder will be standard on all of our coaches, Raptor or Carbon. Ultimately, you have to be able to get up onto the roof to check your seals, to check your roof, to maintain it, to clean it. So we throw that in already. And then on top of that, as far as construction goes, your roof and your slide boxes will be fully walkable. So that's something that, again, we want to be able to give to you, because ultimately you have to get up there, or someone's going to have to get up there, whether it's you or the dealer that's doing any of the maintenance. On here, if we span here, the 50 amp service and your fuel station. On Carbon, you will always have one fuel tank that will go between both the generator and your toys. So you can turn the fuel pump on, and then you can turn your nozzle here, open that up, and then pump into the toys that you want to be able to take with you. A 50 amp service is going to be across the board on all Raptors and Carbons. And then again, as we span through here, you can see you've got the 6-point hydraulic leveling system. So this again is something as a consumer that you want to be on the lookout for, because you will run into some competitor products that will offer something similar to that, but versus the hydraulic, it'll be an electric one. So again, the reason that we use electric is we want to be able to maintain the weights that customers are going to be putting into the coach, whether again it's a motorcycle, kayaks, bicycles, family members, and or the big toys that they want to put in there. So by doing the hydraulics, you're getting a better product, a stronger product that's going to be able to hold those weights ultimately that you're going to be putting into the coach versus an electric one. When we span this way here, the rest of the coach, you'll have a 35,000 BTU furnace. You'll have a 12-gallon water heater that is going to be an upgrade when you're in this price point. This unit here that's at RV Outlet is sitting at about 55,000. So in this price point, a lot of our competitors are going to be using a 6 or an 8. Maybe sometimes a 10, but that 12 is definitely going to be an upgrade. Along with it being a 12-gallon water heater, it is a gas electric, so you are going to have the 16.2 gallon per hour recovery time, which is going to allow you guys to be able to take your showers longer, whether you've got small children that you want to help with, or you're just wanting to be able to take a longer shower than you usually do and you don't want to use the campground. That 12-gallon is going to be the ticket for you guys. As we open up the pass-through storage, we have now put our pull tank valves inside the convenience storage. You've got a breakdown here of all the valve positions to be able to hook up your water systems the way that they are meant to be hooked up. So no more are you going to have to rely upon some experience or having to call the dealer or your salesperson back to figure out how you want to do your power fill or dry camping, your city water connection, winterization, or your tank flush. Everything is there for your viewing. We also throw in that battery disconnect and then a new feature, that Key TV, which allows you as a customer to now be able to install a satellite and a cable feed a lot better. So with the Key TV, we've eliminated all of the splitters, so you're getting a better feed, a better connection into the unit, and it's going to be pre-wired for satellite already. So no more jumper cables, no more booster switches, no more are you going to have to try to figure out when to turn the booster on, when to turn it off. If I'm at the campground, do I need it? When I'm hooked up at my house, do I turn it off? Everything is going to be built into there. And then we took it a step further and we wired all of our coaches with a numerical and a color-coded system. So the benefit is when you're doing any kind of troubleshooting, the dealership, when they're doing the service work, they've worked on one coach, they've worked on all of them when it's a Raptor or a Carbon. So that's going to be a feature that nobody else in the industry does. We tagged that with our Key TV. So whether you're going to TV 1, 2, or 3 that you'd have on a Raptor, or the main TV, the outside TV, your head unit, the DVD player, all of that is going to be color coded, and it's a home run. So again, no more splitters, no more cutting down the feed. And if you've got, let's say you're at the campground, you hook up to cable, but you also have a satellite stand that you want to hook up to. You have both of them hooked up. You can actually hit your source or your input on your remote and toggle between the two. So again, another feature that allows us to give you something that you're not going to get from a competitor's product. Opening up this here, you've got your battery compartment there. You've got your leveling system here that's going to allow you to turn that on and hit your auto level. And then let's go inside and take a look at some of those features in there. Okay, folks, so when we come in on the inside, I really want to focus on the garage. Obviously, when you're looking at a toy hauler, the garage is the reason why you're looking at a toy hauler, because you want to take some things with you. So I want to talk about our foundation that we use in our garages here at Keystone Raptor and Carbon. So the first thing that I want to talk about is the garage floor that we actually use. So we use what's called a Keystone Dynaspan flooring. It is an all one-piece marine grade treated floor that comes with a 25-year warranty. So along with that, the floor that we use in the garage is 1 inch thick versus the 5/8 that we use everywhere else. So in this garage, we've got a 1 inch piece, one piece floor. That's going to give you more structural integrity in the floor. It's going to give you an added weight, which is what enables us to hit that 3,000 pound max capacity in the garage. And additionally, the reason that it's better is not only because it has the warranty and it's a marine grade treated, but it is all one piece. So other manufacturers will use 4x8 sheets of tongue and groove, and then they'll screw that stuff together to fasten it to the floor. The problem is when you have a seam, over time as you're driving and bumping or you're driving heavy objects on it, those seams may want to come apart, which you'll get creaking in the floor, you'll get some separations, or if maybe they didn't fasten it down properly, now you get a spot that wants to lift and it gets soft over time. So with using one piece, you're not going to have any of those seams or separation that are going to come within the floor. Now, our big bread and butter option is going to be our tie downs. So you'll notice that these look a lot different than any other kind of thing that you're going to see in the industry. So this ring here is actually frame welded to the entire coach. And then we put this seal plate around it because we put the floor over it. But with that, you have a 5,000 pound rating in this weld to the frame. Now, how is that different from what you see in every other toy hauler out in the industry? So that's going to be an actual D-ring. So if you've seen those, they'll look kind of like an oval shape or a big square, and they'll have a rating on them that's anywhere between 2,500 pounds up to 5,000. And that's great. The housing itself is what that rating entails. So the ring to the actual housing is what's rated for that 2,500 to 5,000 pounds. The problem is the rating that comes that's stamped on the D-ring has nothing to do with how they fasten it to the floor. So whether they screw it to the floor, they bolt it to the floor, or they put anchors on the bottom of it, that's not what is actually rated. So now you need to know that, because ultimately, what's the fear? When you're driving this down the road, you're bumping and shaking. If you walk into your coach and you see that your strap is still connected to the D-ring, that's great. But if the housing of the D-ring is not connected to the floor anymore, then you have a problem. So with us, you can know that whatever you buy, whether it's a $10,000 motorcycle, it's bicycles, it's kayaks, or it's a $40,000 street glide, $100,000 chopper, or $25,000 razor, now you know that you're not going to get any shifting from the stop and go, you're not going to get any shiftment moving forward and backwards, any sliding, or any of those tie downs popping up through the floor, because it is frame welded, and that 5,000 pound rating is from the weld of the tie down to the actual frame. So big difference in there. And that's something that we definitely want to highlight because we care about the toys that you put into these things. So ask your salesperson when you come out to explain that to you if you have any questions, and then we'll... All right, folks, now this is a sneak peek into all of our new 2020 model interiors. So for the 2020 models in both Raptor and Carbon, we did an entire interior change. So as you can see, these cabinets behind me are going to be what's called that barn style wood. It's a very modern look, a very clean, sophisticated look that you're going to get throughout the entire coach. And just as a nice added feature, we've added what is called a soft close cabinetry to every cabinet door in every coach that we build for Raptor and Carbon. That's definitely going to be what you find in more of a motorhome design, and we even topped it off with a magnet latch. So no more of that male to female connector latch that wants to pop open every time you go on a drive. You know, how often have you walked into somebody's coaches and they've got, you know, rubber bands that are wrapped around the cabinet doors to keep things closed when they're driving? You're going to get a secure latch into that. Solid surface countertop is going to come on all your Carbon floor plans. So again, that's another step up that we do in our segment in order to give you guys more of a residential feel, a nicer, clean, sophisticated look that you're not going to get in a lot of our competitors. residential sprayer faucets, single basins, stainless steel sinks. And then if you can pan over here, when you're looking at this peninsula here, you've got 6 pull-out drawers for storage on this side, 1 underneath your 22 cubic inch oven, and then with your residential microwave, and then that 12 cubic foot 4-door stainless steel refrigerator. These are all going to be things that we try to put into our coaches, so that whether, again, you're going on a short trip, a longer trip, or you're full-time in, now you have everything that you need to store, to go to the grocery store maybe once a week, if not more, and now you're able to bring everything with you that maybe you're not able to bring when you're looking at some of the other floor plans. This sheet here, just to kind of touch on some of the things that maybe we've talked about, is our Keystone exclusive innovations. So we've got a 4G LTE Wi-Fi prep on every single coach to enable those customers that want to use Wi-Fi, that have the gadgets and the things that they want to be able to take with them. Color-coded, numerical-coded wiring on all of our coaches. So that is a standard that we put into our coaches that no other manufacturer is doing. Vented floor heat. The key TV that we talked about, our Tough Lock AC duct connectors. So this is going to allow us to have maximum airflow in our AC systems, so that you're not getting that air to just blow through the attic and not come through your vents or through your ACs. So by doing that duct, it's not going to smash anymore. It's getting a tighter fit, and that's going to help you guys camp better when it's hot outside. The Hitch Vision we had already talked about on the front of that unit, and then again, soft close cabinet doors. You've got your full body painted front caps, the 6-point hydraulic leveling system, the Rota Flex. You're going to be wired for solar on the roof if you're into that, to do a trickle charge on your battery. The frame welded tie downs, Omni-Chill, which we'll talk about in a little bit, and then your 7,000 pound axles. So those are all things that, just to try to encompass everything again in this last little bit that we're going to talk about, just to give you a glimpse of what we're doing to help you guys. As we span here, you've got that 50-inch television that you'll get from Furrion. You've got Thomas Paine furniture that comes with heat and massage, and all 3 of these sofa seats will recline. Just pull your little parachute puller there, and the bottom part will pop out, and then you'll be able to relax and watch TV. As we span up, you'll notice here, no carpet on the steps. You've got your wired for solar sticker there. So again, you'll have the plugs on the roof pre-wired for solar, so you can put your solar panels on there to give you that trickle charge for your battery. This is going to be your Wi-Fi router access point here. So you can buy this from either the dealership or Furrion, and then you can set it up the way that you want to set your data up. You plug it into this, and then you set your coach up like you would at home with your Wi-Fi. As we pan into the bathroom, you'll notice in the bathroom that you've got a lot of space. So the way that we configure our bathrooms is to be able to give you the ability to do everything that you need to do in here without feeling cramped. You'll always have the porcelain foot flush toilet. You'll always have the linen closet here, which is going to go all the way back as deep as that shower is, to enable you to take all the stuff that you want to take with you. So you can keep all your bathroom stuff in the bathroom. You don't have to keep anything in the kitchen or in the bedroom. You can keep all of it in here. In the shower, you'll always have a 1-piece fiberglass shower surround with a bench, glass shower doors, skylight, and then what I love, the residential sprayer faucet. So with this here, you're getting that brushed nickel metal. So no plastic, no white plastic, with the tiny shower head that you're not getting a lot of water out of. You're getting the big height for those taller people, but this is definitely going to be an upgrade for you. And then as we come into the bedroom, this is another nice thing that we changed. So this bedroom setup, we went to a 1-piece headboard that gives you that shiplap, new comforter, 3 big throw pillows, and then you've got storage over the top for anything that you want to keep with you. You've got lights up under here if you want to read. You've got 2 so you don't have to disturb the person that you're with, and then a wardrobe slide. So you've got the big closet here with the hang bar, and then you'll have 3 big pull-out drawers to put any kind of clothing or materials that you want to put in there, and then you've got the big open wardrobe slide in there for anything else. Now, to talk about the ACs. So the AC system that we use is called the Omni Chill. It's a 3/4 ton AC system, and it's going to allow you to be able to cool this coach unlike any other AC system on the market. So it is a high efficiency, low amp draw AC, which means the fans in it are high efficiency, so they can pull more air in and blow more air out. Within the AC, you have double the amount of coils. So you have 2 times the amount of coils that would come in a normal RV AC. So now when you couple that with that high efficiency fan, you're now blowing more air through those coils, and now that enables that air to get colder a lot faster. When you're thinking of a technical spec, which is your ambient temperature change, which means the camper can only change, or the difference between the outside temperature to inside temperature. Most campers that we've lived with for the last 20 years have only been able to change that temperature rating by 20 degrees. With our OmniChill system, we've been able to hit a full 8 degrees cooler. So on those really hot days, easy math, 100 degrees, 28 degrees, now you're at 72, which is campable. Our competitors are only going to be able to hit that 20 degree mark, which means when it's 100 degrees in their camper, or it's 100 degrees outside, it's only 80 degrees on the inside. That's no bueno. So with this system, now you're able to stay cool longer, and it opens up the door for more camping trips. So down here in Virginia, you've got Memorial Day, 4th of July, Father's Day camping weekends where it's definitely going to eclipse those 80, 90 degree days. Now you're going to be able to sleep well within this. Carbon will always come with 2 ACs, and then Raptor will always come with 3. But being able to have that is going to be nice because now you're only pulling 11 amps on each AC. So on a Carbon here, you're only pulling 22 amps when you have both ACs running, and that's going to allow you to be able to do so much more inside the camper without having to worry about blowing a circuit. So again, guys, those are everything that's going to come with your features as far as Carbon goes. Please look ahead to what we're going to do with Raptor. Again, I'm Ben Swathgood with Keystone RV. This is Raptor and Carbon. All right, folks, so before we do that walkthrough on the Raptor now to go over some of that stuff, I want to talk about the construction. So with you as a consumer coming to the lot, if you're looking at a Carbon and you're looking at a Raptor, I want you to know that the construction is going to be exactly the same. So we start that foundation exactly the same because they're built in the same plant and they're built in the same line. So when we look at starting from that floor, you're going to have a 3-piece floor, and what that will entail is you're going to have double welded aluminum construction, and then you'll have that marine grade treated Keystone Dynaspan on top. Within that floor, you'll have batten fiberglass insulation, and then we do a layer of plywood on the underside of that and attach that to the frame. So that'll be the first layer. That second layer is going to be your radiant reflective astrofoil. So we'll run that astrofoil on the top of your underbelly the whole length of that unit, and then we have that corrugated underbelly. So that'll be those 3 layers of protection. So when you've got that furnace on, now that heat is going to be bouncing off that radiant reflective astrofoil back into the coach. So when you look at the door, when you're entering any of our units, you're going to see that extreme temperature package. And what that's going to tell you is our coaches are going to be able to be camped in 4 seasons all the way down to freezing temperatures. So now you're able to take this into any kind of climate that you want to be able to take it into. Now as we start to come up, you'll notice the sidewalls. So again, that sidewall construction is going to be double welded aluminum framing construction. You'll have a 2-inch thick wall with high density block foam insulation. And that's going to encompass both Raptor and Carbon. So you've got that double welded aluminum framing in the floor, double welded aluminum framing in the sidewalls. The front cap is going to have that double welded aluminum framing, batten fiberglass insulation, astrofoil that wraps down the side of that. When you get into the roof, we use a hardwood construction for your roof trusses, and then again we throw that batten fiberglass insulation in there, and then we do a layer of plywood over the top of that. We lay down our astrofoil and then that TPO material. So again, you're getting the exact same construction at both price points. The difference is just going to be the features, and that's what I want to focus on as we walk around this Raptor. But do remember, regardless of price point, you're getting that same construction, whereas some of our competitors are going to be building in different areas and different plants, and that stuff is going to be completely different when it comes to the construction. So make sure you're asking the right questions on how yours is built. So as we come here, you'll see this sidewall is going to give you multiple things that are going to be different from a Carbon. You're going to have high gel coat fiberglass, is going to give it a clean look. You're going to have frameless windows. You'll have not only one awning across, but you'll have 2 awnings on all your Raptors. So that's going to be something that you'll have when you're trying to do your camping and you've got a big crowd of people and you're all hanging out in here. Now you've got 2 awnings to be able to put chairs, tables, and stuff like that to be able to stay out of the sun. As you can see here, you've got this MORryde step above step, which is an extremely light step. You can see I'm picking this thing up with just my fingers, and this is going to give you and any customer added benefit. Whether you're a younger customer, older customer, you have kids. Again, as you can see, when you pull this down, you don't have to worry about any kind of weight or anything with this. It can't fall on you. If you don't have the ability to reach up very high and you need to get away from this, nothing's going to happen to you. As you can see, as you bring it down, it will not fall. It will not smash your toes or anything like that. Same big grab handle, so you can grab this thing before you climb into this bad boy. And then you've got all your speaker systems are going to be JBL, so you're going to get some hard-hitting, bass-sounding, good sound coming out of this when you've got your music playing. You've got G-Range tires on all Raptors that are going to come 14-ply, 75-mile-per-hour speed-rated tires. And again, the most important thing to remember is the weight capacity for each tire. So each one of these tires is going to be rated at over 4,000 pounds. So you have more than enough to be able to load this thing up and take it across country. You're going to have, again, friction door hinge there. And then coming around, as you can see, now you've got your MORryde zero gravity ramp door. So this is going to work the same as those steps would. And as you can see, it can't fall on you, it won't fall on you. And now you're able to pick this thing up and down with ease. And you don't have to worry about it at all. So as you can see, you can walk this thing up, and if you need to get away from it, you can. Another nice thing is when you slam this, it has 2 latches. So now you know that you're getting not only a tight seal, but you can get a watertight seal, which is not going to be the same as what some of the other manufacturers will put on their ramp doors. So don't be fooled by that, and definitely check these out when you get to any of those. Still 3,000 pound ramp capacity, and then 1,500 pound ramp capacity when it's in the patio setup. If we can scroll up to the top there, you'll see something that we do on Raptor that nobody else does in the industry. That backup camera is standard. We do backup camera standard across the board. Everybody else in the industry does prep. We do it standard. That's a big deal. Coming around to the fuel station, you've got 2 30-gallon fuel tanks. So you're going to have one tank that's going to be solely set up for your generator. The other one is going to be solely set up for your toys. Now, if you don't have toys, you essentially have 60 gallons of fuel to be able to put into your generator if you're a boondocker. That's huge for those people that want to be able to do that. So now we're going to walk around to the front and we're going to highlight some of these things. So, just like the Carbon, you're going to have the Rota Flex Pin Box, which will control your chucking, cut down on those vibrations that are going to want to go into the coach. Still maintain that Keystone exclusive Hitch Vision, the specifically engineered LED lights that are shining down on the pin box so that you've got some visualization and illumination if it's dark. And then as we go into the inside, you're going to be able to see why Raptor is the king of toy haulers. So coming on in here, you're going to have things like fireplace standard. You're going to have a full Furrion entertainment center between your TV, your fireplace, and your head unit, which runs off of one remote. You're going to have features like LED lit countertops. So this is something, again, no one else has in the industry. If we come down here, you've got Keystone exclusive flip-up bar stools, which are rated for 300 pounds a piece. You'll have 2 of them on this floor plan. You're going to have 18 cubic foot Norcold refrigerator, which is a full RV refrigerator, will run off of 110 and propane. That's a huge deal for you boondockers. No more batteries, no inverters. You don't have to worry about trying to set that up. It has an automatic switch, so you can change it over from electric to propane. You've got the Furrion cooktop with the storage bay down below. So 22 cubic inch oven there, 30-inch convection microwave. That's going to be a really big deal when you're going out and you're full timing. Now you can use both of these to cook in, and that's going to help set this apart from other campers. MCD pull down shades versus the pleated shades in carbon, so a big upgrade in that regard. Thomas Paine furniture, again, that's going to be across the board. USB ports in all the slides, so now you're more technologically advanced and comparable to what your kids and people that camp and use gadgets are going to be used to. The garage and everything, again, all of that construction stays the same. So the 1-inch thick floor, 5,000-pound welded tie downs, those are all going to be the same across the board. You will have the 3-season patio doors that'll close together. One of the features that you'll get with Raptor is you're going to have 3 AC standard. So again, now being able to run all 3 ACs on a 50 amp service is going to be huge. No more having an energy management system, which is going to be something that everybody else is going to be using too. Additionally, one of the features we do is on all Raptors, you have TVs in every room, bedroom, living room, and garage. If it does have an outdoor entertainment center, then you'll get a 4th TV on that, which again is going to be standard across the board. As we pan this way and we go up into the bedroom, now we're going to have a little bit of differences that are going to help set everything apart. But before we get up in there, I want to talk about the InCommand Center. So the InCommand Center is easily the best function that you're going to have on any RV. The good thing is you're always going to get it on a Raptor. So now you can control your slides, you can control your awnings, you can control your lights, you can check all of your tanks, your water tanks, freshwater, black water, gray water. You can check your fuel tanks. You can actually run the generator. You can run your entire HVAC system, and you can set up your ACs and your generator to kick on at a certain point in the day and to turn off. So if you are going to be away from the coach, you can now have your generator pop on if you're boondocking, turn the ACs on for an hour or 2 while you're riding, come back to a cool coach. If you got dogs or you have guests maybe that are living with you, you can have the AC cycle on and off when you want them to, so that you're not using power if you're boondocking. Another nice feature within this is set up for Wi-Fi. So now here is something that is hard to kind of wrap your brain around, because we're in this type of technology now where we can control everything from outside of where we are. So if you are hooked up, if your unit is hooked up at a campground, you can actually enable this via Wi-Fi with the Furrion 4G LTE setup, and then you can actually leave work early on a Thursday or a Friday, and you can open up your slides, you can turn your lights on, run your awnings out, turn your AC on, turn your generator on. You could do all of that from anywhere you are. So if you're 3 hours away from the campground and it's a hot day, you can have that kicked on before you actually get there. That's huge, and nobody else has that except for Keystone Raptor. When we come up in here, you've got your light switch, you've got your wire for solar, because that's going to be something that you have. When we get into the bedroom, this is going to be again an area where you've got some separation between carbon. So first toy hauler with a windshield, Raptor. Okay, east and west king bed, that's going to be a Raptor feature. In all of our Raptor floor plans, you have an option for a queen or a king, depending on what you want. So we don't want to limit you to have to take something. We want to give you the ability to choose. And honestly, guys, that's going to be it. Remember, the construction is the same, and also remember that if you work with RV Outlet, you're going to save thousands. I'm Ben Swathgood with Keystone Raptor. Have a great day.